After its introduction with Singapore Airlines in 2007, the Airbus A380 was supposed to continue the legacy of the 747 as the ruler of commercial long-haul routes. This dream hasn't really turned out to be so. Only about 250 Airbus A380s have been built, and in 2021, Airbus ended its production of the Super Jumbo. Airlines such as Air France and Malaysia Airlines have already retired their A380 fleets. However, one of the greatest failures of this aircraft was its inability to pick up U.S. airlines as customers, meaning no airline based in the USA has ever operated an A380 aircraft. So why was this? Well, there are a few main reasons, some that apply to just U.S. carriers, and some that apply to airlines all across the world. For starters, by 2007, newer twin jets that had less fuel consumption, like the 777 and A330, were already hits. The price of fuel was steadily rising, and airlines were starting to move away from quad jets to cut fuel costs. This was also a factor that sped up 747 retirement. A330s and 777s could serve the long-haul routes that A380s would just as well, or sometimes even better, meaning that the fuel prices were often the deal killer for many airlines. To talk more about the 777, 600 of them were sold between 2000 and 2007, with a large portion of them going to American and United, both airlines which operated large amounts of long-haul routes. But none with the A380. Another reason why the USA is not a prime market for the A380 is that the A380 is designed to operate between two major hubs. For example, one very popular A380 route is Dubai to London, both of which are by far the biggest hub for Emirates and British Airways respectively. In the USA, there are more hub airports with a lower density of international routes. And there lies the problem. The A380 is most effectively used when funneling passengers from one or two hub airports to other destinations across the globe. As Americans are more spread out among more airports, they have less dense international routes, and more choice of which airports to fly out of. The A380 on lower density routes in the Americas just didn't make sense. Overall, the A380 would be tougher to fill on routes out of the United States than smaller aircraft like the 777. And quad jets were already getting phased out. This vacancy could lead to a loss of profit and operating costs in the red. Back in 2014, Steve Dixon, Delta's senior vice president for flight operations, said, quote, "We don't see an application for the A380 in our network. The reliability of the two-engine airplanes and the efficiency of them is just too compelling." Other airlines, like American, had officials that made similar statements. So what do you think? Would it be beneficial for U.S. airlines to have flown the A380? Leave your thoughts in the comments below, and a like and a subscribe would be greatly appreciated if you enjoyed this video. And that's all from me. Peace.